Before he was the king of football, the world knew him as Deco. His journey began not on a grand stage, but in the dirt. In 1940 in Brazil, Pelé grew up in extreme poverty. Electricity was a luxury, and dreams felt distant. His father, a once talented player, had his career cut short by injury, but he became his son's first and most important mentor. Unable to afford a real ball, the young boy was forced to be creative. Every spare second was dedicated to his craft. To help his family survive, he worked as a shoeshine boy and sold peanuts. Yet, his heart was always on the pitch. By his teens, his raw talent was impossible to ignore. This poor boy from the streets was destined for greatness, and soon, the whole world would know his name. A legend was forged, not with gold, but with a ball made of hope and dreams. By his early teens, his talent was undeniable. He moved like a phantom, leaving defenders in his wake. It wasn't long before the world took notice. A scout, searching for the next great thing, had just struck gold. At 15, he faced the gatekeepers of his destiny. To them, he was just another skinny kid with a dream. But on the pitch, he spoke a universal language. His skill was his voice, and it was shouting from the rooftops. And with one perfect strike, he didn't just score a goal. He announced to the world that a star had arrived. This was only the beginning of a journey that would change the beautiful.
In June 1956, a boy signed a contract. By the next year, the world would know his name, Pele. At 16, he didn't just play, he dominated Brazil's top league, scoring an astonishing 36 goals to become the top scorer. He combined traditional Brazilian ginga with unstoppable power and a vision of the game that was 2 steps ahead of everyone else. His rise was impossible to ignore. In July 1957, at just 16 years and 9 months, he was called to the national team. Brazil lost the match, but Pelé scored their only goal, becoming the youngest player ever to find the net in international football. The local secret was out. Pelé was no longer just a teenager. He was a national hope, and the world was about to witness history.
A day that would change football forever. In the World Cup final against Sweden, a 17-year-old faced a moment that would define his legacy. He chested it down, then with one magical touch lifted it over the defender. A moment of pure genius. And volleyed it home. A goal so perfect, it's still hailed as one of the greatest of all time. When the final whistle blew, Brazil had its first World Cup. For the 17-year-old, the emotion was overwhelming. That day, the world didn't just witness a champion. They crowned a king. Pelé.
The teenage Pelé was a global phenomenon, a whirlwind of goals and fame. European giants offered astronomical sums. They wanted the king, and they wanted him at all costs. But Brazil had other plans. In 1961, the government made an unprecedented move, declaring Pelé an official national treasure. He belonged to Brazil, and he belonged to Santos, and together they would conquer the world. Pelé turned Santos into a global powerhouse, leading them to back-to-back Intercontinental Cups in 1962 and 1963. In the 1962 final, he delivered his masterpiece, a breathtaking hat-trick in Lisbon. He was simply unstoppable. In his mid-20s, Pelé was the world's best, but his body would betray him on football's biggest stage. In Chile in 1962, he started as a king. but a devastating injury in the next game would rob him of his throne. Forced to watch, he learned a harsh lesson. Even kings can be powerless. 4 years later in England, the world's response was violence. They couldn't stop him, so they broke him. Brazil was eliminated. A broken Pelé vowed he would never play in another World Cup. But legends don't stay away forever. In 1970, a king returned, stronger and wiser. Leading the greatest team ever assembled, he turned the World Cup into a masterpiece of skill and joy. In the final, he rose like only he could, scoring a goal that defied gravity itself. Brazil was crowned champion. Pelé, the only player to ever win 3 World Cups, had his immortality. The boy who once played with a sock full of newspapers had conquered the world.